All right, so today's class will mostly focus on just being kind to our body during these transitions of weather. We'll do some knee work and we'll do some other things. You do have knee padding, awesome. All right, so everybody just make sure your space is ready. Have your water available. Definitely need it for the allergies. That dry throat is a lovely thing. I would say I sound like Kathleen Turner, but nah, not quite that throaty yet. You know, so kind of start that. You know her deep. She's deep. So. All right, get the silliness out of the way. So here we go. Settle into where you are. Find the length of your spine. Find the slowness, the steadiness in your breath. Consistently just slowing down, being more present, just aware of how you're feeling. Noticing how we've went from really intense heat, high humidity. We're coming down, it's cooling down a bit now. It's been rainy. It's been cloudy. Notice how your joints feel when that pressure changes. There are bursa or bubbles of fluid inside our big joints, and those bursa swell and deflate with the weather. So it's good to notice, it's good to be aware, and it's good to be proactive when this weather change is happening. So thank you, ladies, for being here physically with me this morning. And thank you to anyone joining us out there in the virtual world. We're going to bring our hands into our heart. Let's just take a couple cleansing breaths. Inhale to the heart. Exhale to the head. Inhale to the heart. Exhale to the head. Inhale, heart. And exhale, head. And namaste to the day. Getting ready to practice. All right, so we'll begin where we are, flipping the legs. Now, what's the top becomes the bottom becomes the top. Reach out and get your bricks. If you don't have bricks, you can use pillows, you can use books, you can use cans if you need to. Whatever will help give you a little height and give you a little assistance. Bring them up beside your legs, right up to the point that you can rest your legs on those bricks. It doesn't feel like you're hanging anywhere. You have something to settle into. So we'll settle into that and just feel. Because normally when we flip our feet, this is not our easy side. And by changing that, it changes the sit and the hip. So just play with that for a moment. Make sure your hips feel balanced, your shoulders feel aligned. Your breath is steady. Letting the knees open, the thighs relax. Good. Now just an easy stretch, hands to the knees, lifting up. Feel the knees and just give them a little love, sending some attention into the kneecap, into the joint. Just feeling the muscles of the leg around the knee. And then as you exhale, just soften, round back, not forward, round back with your spine. Tuck your chin down, and then lift up. And back to the center. So we'll look straight forward. We're going to take a moment and do a small adjustment. Take your feet forward. Slide down your bolster a little bit. Make sure your butt's touching the floor. There you go. And then bring those bricks right into the side. Now, some of you might want to take the bricks up a notch to give it a little bit more, but if that feels comfortable, that feels comfortable. I like that right there. So we're in the cobbler's pose. Cobbler, soles of the feet together. Back in the day, the cobblestone and the cobble maker, he would sit there with those shoes on his own feet and just work and work and work and work and work. So we're honoring some heritage, and we're honoring the soles of our feet. Honoring the inner groin and thigh. Feel that little bit of a stretch there. Lift up. Round back again. Inhale up. And then look straight forward. Very nice. Take a moment now to take these out a little bit further. Oh, letting the knees drop a little bit lower out. Very good. And if you want to, turn them up to give you that little bit of extra. And then that way you feel like your legs can kind of surrender to it, and it lets you drop out a little bit further. So just keep going. I like it, making your changes there. Yeah, honor your body. We all have different lengths. We all have different size, so we have to be respectful. All right, one more. Just extending a little bit further out, letting the knees drop as far as they'll go now. We went in stages. We didn't try and get to the end first. We want to work our way to it. Now, nice and easy, lifting up the chest. You're going to pull yourself forward with your belly and your chest, and then take your head toward the feet. Most of us are not going to get anywhere near our feet, and that's okay. That's where, again, those bricks come in so handy. You can put a brick on your foot and then rest down, or brick down, hands down. Find what works for you. Find what level you're at today. How far will your body let you get down? Inhale, rolling, pushing back, rolling up a vertebra at a time, all the way to the top. And then let that go. All right, let's take a moment, sliding those legs out straight. We'll do a nice staff pose, which we're already in. Straight legs, straight through the back. Capital L shape you're making there. So nice and tall, fingertips out to the side. They stay in line with your body. So if I saw you from the side, you're kind of tucking into a side view there, making that L. Bring your chin in and push up through the top of your head. So our tendency is when we look up, we want to crane up, but that shortens the distance of the back of the neck. So we want to keep that chin in and look up, but leave the head level. All right, from this position, keep your left hip rooted to the ground as you tip over with your left arm. Look into your right hand first. Shoulder is down and elbow starts to come back. Now look forward in front of you and open up that neck. Feel long, not scrunch. So if you can, get those shoulders away, good. Now look up to that top elbow. Look up anywhere between your hand and your elbow, whatever feels natural. Lifting up. And then take that moment. Take that left hand down, find it, reaching up. As you press down right hip, you're going to pull up right arm, reaching across. Go ahead and start pulling that elbow back. We have that tendency to want to get it in front of our face, so you got to start rolling it back. Look out in front of you. Take a moment and find that. Then look up to the sky. Draw those shoulders back. Can you look at your elbow, your forearm, your wrist, or your hand? Find where you can look without discomfort. Still pushing into that right hip, feeling the stretch. Lift up both arms this time, reach. And as we exhale, we're gonna reach down. Drop wherever you are. It might be at your knees, it might be at your shins, it might be your ankles, it might be at your toes. It doesn't matter where the hands fall, it's that you let everything soften. Inhale, look up and forward. Wherever you are, you are. Exhale and go a little deeper. We're going to do one more of those. Inhale up. And then exhale to your depth, as low as you can go today for 4. Slide the hands back as you tuck and roll up. And let it go. Awesome. All right, guys, we are going to glute walk. So I want you to take your bolster out from behind you. If you have padding under you, that's fine. You can leave it there. We're going to walk forward and then kind of walk it out a bit. So you're going to lift up your left glute, lift up your right glute, lift up your left, lift up your right. Get that leg as high up as you can and push it forward. That's it. Walk toward the edge of your mat. See if you can take your booty all the way to the edge.
Off the edge?
Right to, you done it, girl. And then back. So when you're ready, backtrack it. Lift one glute at a time. And you are lifting that hip up. A little bit of a side crunch as you're doing it. Good. All the way to the back of your mat. Man, she's fast. Take it nice and easy. You got it strong. And there we go. So finding that little glute walk. Now, we're going to get about midway on our mat. So walk it one more time. Walking, 2, walking. Picking it up and walking it down. All right, now, from here, we're going to do a nice little roll down. Hands on your legs. I want you to very easy tuck. You're going to tuck your chin in too, and you're going to roll back without lifting the feet if you can. You're going to roll all the way down and lay all the way back. If that is too much for anybody, from that seated position, you can hold your knee and roll yourself down. So we're all down wherever we are now. Arms are going to stretch up overhead. As you exhale, just soften your back. Notice the arch in your spine right now. So as you guys are there, I'm going to turn sideways. Now, you're in this position, your arms are long, your legs are long. I want you to very gently walk one knee in and then the other. Feet are flat. You're going to bring one hand down and then the other. You're going to arch your back and then you're going to tuck your tailbone. So to tuck, that's that lift and shift. You got it, ladies. All right. So from here now, just take a moment, breathe. And preparing. Arms go beside the hips. Head stays flat and you're going to leave the head down. As we inhale, we bring the arms up overhead. Feel the arch in your back. As you exhale, bring the hands down and just notice your whole spine hit the floor. Inhale, arch. Up. Exhale, flat. One more like this. And exhale. On the next go round, we're just going to add a tuck. So inhale up, same as we've been doing. Exhale down and tuck the pelvis. You're lifting the butt just off the floor. Dropping the tailbone, arching the back as the arms go up. Exhale, lift and tuck. Inhale, arch. Stretching. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, arch and stretching. Exhale, tuck. Last time. Inhale, arch real big. And this time, leave the butt on the ground. You're going to do that arms down, hands by the hips, and then you're going to lift the head and look out over your legs. Lift the arms down. Hold. Now from hip to knee, hip to knee, hip to knee. Nothing extreme, just that little lift. 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. Now our next set of movements are going to be called the Dying Bug series, and yes, it's just as silly as it sounds. You're going to start by bringing your right knee up towards your chest and take your left hand to that knee. Let your right arm drop beside you and leave the right arm and left leg alone. They're not going to do a thing. We're going to exhale, head up. Actually, let's do the first variant with the heads down. So we'll do heads down to start. So head down, you're going to use left arm, right leg, extend away from each other. And that's it. They're both up in the air a little bit and they're just extending away. Then they're going to exhale and crunch in. They inhale up, exhale in. Inhale out, and exhale in. You got it nice and easy, keeping it simple, lady. One more. And in, hold, squeeze, take your head up toward it. And then go all the way back down. Head down, foot down, reset the body. Now, left leg up, right hand to the knee, left arm to the floor. Really ground that right foot. So again, inhale out, exhale up, inhale, extending, reaching, exhale, pulling in. Feel the back of the leg getting a stretch, feel the arm and the shoulder, bring it in, and again, and in. This next one, we're going to go up and hold, so bring it up and crunch in. All the way down with the head, up with both legs. Now we're going to alternate. The sides that we just did are always going to work together. So it's right leg, left arm, left leg, right arm. That's the way it's going to roll. So here we go. Arms go down by your side. Your knees are going to stay up over chest. Okay? Right leg, left arm away. Exhale to the middle. Left leg, right arm away. Exhale to the middle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. A complete movement. I hear it. You feel it in your belly?
Mm-hmm.
So we're not even lifting the head. If you want to add a challenge, you are going to exhale up, inhale down. Oh, I messed up. Inhale out, exhale up. So you start finding that rhythm. Head comes up as you exhale. Head goes down with your opposite inhale. You can leave the head down if you need. If you can, keep going. One more. And head to knee. Inhale, head down. Drop both knees. And we'll just take a breath. Now do windshield wiper knees. So windshield wiper knees, your knees start going to each side. You can start kind of slow and kind of narrow, and then you go a little deeper to each side. Take them all the way over. See if you can get the side of your leg to touch down. So this is a rest, but a moving rest, right? So we're still moving, but we're resting the tummy a little bit. For resting the neck. Now come back into center, take a moment, reset there. Now our next round is going to be with both legs. So we're going to come up. We're going to do 8 of these. We're going to do 4 with head down and try 4 with head up. If you're like, my head ain't coming up, it don't have to. So here we go. We'll exhale up. We'll inhale out. We'll exhale in. We'll inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now I'm going really long. You can keep reaching for the sky if that's better for you. 2 and 1. And take that head down. Let your legs drop all the way to your right and just rest for a moment. So as you're in that positioning, I'll turn to the same direction now. Knees are over to the right. Look over to your left. Bring the head back into neutral. And now without any strain or without any force, you're just going to reach up and look right at that hip. You'll rest down. You'll reach to the hip. You'll rest back. You'll reach. And 4. Got it good. 5. Y'all look good. 6. Side crunch. 7. And 8. Good. Roll on to that side. So now we're on that right side fully. And we'll take our right arm up overhead, and we're going to again do the exact same thing. Reach for it. And down. 2. Lift as high as you can. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Now what I want you to do is drop your upper body and rest it and try and lift just your legs. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now full body reach. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach out with your right hand and grab your left wrist. Let your left leg extend and then just roll back on your back. That's going to leave your right knee bent and your right elbow bent. Feel the stretch down your left side. If you can, slide your shoulders over to the right a little bit more. Oh, and deepen that stretch. This is called the half-peeled banana. So just notice you're kind of to the side, arcing and slightly peeled. Now let your left arm go, bring your head to neutral and just roll your right knee up. As you do, it'll push your left leg around. Just be there for a moment and then reset. First things first, we'll make room to our left side. We'll bring our knees up and we'll drop our knees over to the left. We'll look to the right and we'll just breathe. To be certain you're in the right position, you can put your right foot on top of your left and just push your hips and then relax. We'll come into neutral with the head. We'll reach for the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Whew. Turning on to that left side, we'll take a moment and reposition. Okay, from here. Reach for your heel. Go up overhead, then reach. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Leave the upper body down. Let the lower half lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got it. 7, 8. Full range now. Hands to feet. Feet come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew. Reach that right arm up. Grab your right arm with that left hand. Stretch out that right leg. And then just roll back through your shoulders. Again, if you can, I'm going to shrug my shoulders over to the left. And just do a little wiggle. And open up that right side. Really feel the stretch from your armpit down through your waist to your hip. Now, nice and easy, we'll let that unravel. We'll bring the head to neutral. Just roll your left knee up. That'll push your legs to the middle. Take a moment to reset. And make sure you feel comfortable where you've ended up. Now let's do a little something. This is going to stretch out the leg and the hip, and it's going to challenge our balance. So we are going to cross the left ankle over the right knee. And we're going to reach up and try and grab the back of this right leg. So we're going to reach around, grab the back of the right leg, tuck it in close to you. Now nice and easy, leg comes close to you and then it pushes away and it lets you sit up. You're going to roll back as easy as you can. And then push to sit up. All right, keep going. Roll back. Push to sit up. Still your left over right. Good. Again, push. Balance. And one more. And push for balance. Woo! And then roll it back. Now take that left leg and just pull it close to you. You can reach up and take your right hand. You can wrap your wrist or even your elbow up around that left foot. So my right elbow, wrist, kind of tucking around that left and I'm pulling it back. Try and straighten out your right leg. Oh goodness. Now taking that left leg, take your hand and wrap it around the outside. You're going to go around your pinky toe. And you're just going to start pushing that leg up toward the sky. Feel it rotate in socket. Feel it turn a little bit through the hip. Take it out as far as you can. Straighten that leg out. Now some of you won't be able to keep a hold of the foot. You might need to slide your hand to the knee or the ankle. Readjust, but get that stretch. So you might be here, and it'll be just as good. Bending of the knee. Bring that foot back in. Let go. Hold the knee now instead of the foot. Bring your right leg up. Let your left foot drop. Cross your right over. We're going to reach up and through, grabbing the back of that leg. You can interlace, but that can be a little tight, so I just recommend you hold the sides. You're going to press up and balance. You're going to buck a little bit, and that's okay. Rock and buck if you need to. Roll back. And up. The wiggle means it's working. And come back. Push that foot into that leg. So get that figure 4 before you start rocking out.
Okay.
So you're holding the wrong leg. Switch legs. Switch legs. It'll be so much easier if you hold the other leg. Take a minute. And there you go. I saw what it was, because if you're holding this leg, you got nothing to hang on to. This one keeps the two anchored together. So there you go. Good note where I'll learn from it. And we'll press up. There you go. This one. Okay, so cross your right leg over your left.
But that's what we were doing before.
And then put your left leg behind your right. Or put your hands behind your left leg.
Right.
And then come back. So go through the middle. There you go. That's it. There you go. We were doing the other leg. And now we've switched it out. One more. Up and hold. Oh. And then let it fall back. Oh. So now we're going to let the left foot touch down. We're going to hold the right limb. We're going to lift up a little bit and either wrap our wrist around that foot and hold it, or we're going to try and put it closer toward our elbow and hold it. Let that head drop down. Slide the leg out. Woo! Get that left leg stretching. 4. Feel the back of the right hip and the glute. 3. Oh yeah. 2. And 1. Coming up, you're going to grab that foot. You're going to leave your head down. You're going to take a minute for it to rotate. And for some people, if y'all can turn it out from there, some people are just going to need to hold the side of the leg and let it kick out there. Same but different. Go to your level, go to your length. Do what works for your body today. Some might notice they can put their hand to the inside and begin to pull it down. Either way, begin that bend. Sliding the hand to the knee now. And then bringing it in. We'll set it down. Now from here, let's do a nice crossover. You're going to take your right foot, place it on your left knee. You're going to place your left hand on that right knee. Right hand extends to the side. And then we're going to roll to the left side. As you roll, your right foot may begin to touch down. If so, let it. Let that twist just kind of happen, rolling through. So now my right shoulder's off the ground, my right knuckles and wrist are still touching down, but the rest of that arm is starting to float. So I'm not going to push myself any further. I'm about where I need to be to maintain. Getting a stretch without the struggle. Just being present with it. Now we'll come up nice and easy. Rolling back. Take that right foot, sliding it down. Bring the left knee up. We'll twist it to this side now. Oh, going across. And listen to your body. My arm started really high at my shoulder height. Now my left arm's creeping closer to my mat and more in line with my hip. That allows me to keep some ground and helps me with my balance. On the right side, my hand went from the top of my knee to under my knee, supporting it. So notice if that transition happened or if that helps. Roll it back slow. Sliding it out. Oh, just be here flat for a moment. Just open. Nice and easy. Slowing down the breath. reconnecting to your thoughts. Now nice and easy, bringing it back into a center line with the body, bringing the arms in, then bringing the knees into a bend. Wiggle your knees side to side. Now, nice and easy, we are going to bring the knees up to the chest. Going one at a time. And now rock yourself up to a seated position. Do it once, twice, 3 times. Coming up. Now let's do some leg stretching. So from this, we'll just come into our center. We'll straighten out our right leg and we'll bring our left knee into a bend. As we do so, reset the hips, reset the glutes, make sure everything feels connected here. All right, so that right leg is straight forward. We'll put our hands to the side. Good, I love it. She brought a brick in. That's a perfect thing to do for the knee. Nice and tall, we'll walk it out. So go as far as you feel that first edge of stretch. Now here, push your chest forward and bring your head and chin back a little bit. So we're not trying to get the head down. We could do that, but that doesn't deepen our stretch in any way. The stretch comes from us pushing our chest forward and our butt back. The stretch happens through the back side of the body, not how much you round the front side. So just trying to get as low as you can toward that leg, continually readjusting if you need to, making sure that you're lengthening over, not rounding down. Notice how you can keep going. Yeah. It's not a race. Getting low, getting long. Notice how your belly and chest are beginning to touch that leg. You're pushing your tailbone back, lengthening out through the top of your head. Inhale, lifting up slow and nice and tall. Good. All right. Now, we're going to do that same one again. We're actually going to bring this leg up. We're going to rock it a little bit and bring it on top of our thigh. So, what you got to watch for with this is the ankle bone cutting into the muscle, or the bones kind of cutting into the thigh. Excuse me, there is a sweet spot. You may need to go a little higher, you may need to go a little lower, but you'll find what works. So we're just trying to get low now. Now what's great about this is you can put your elbow up against it, pushing that leg back and letting you extend further over it. But that's quite a deep stretch. So you got to get to that position where you can get there and then lengthen over. Maybe it's closer in at that shin. And maybe you can't get the elbow press today. Just do what you can do today. So if you can get that, awesome. If not, it's still going to be here. And that chest is forward, that butt is back. That head is lifting, not swooping, not drooping down, but extending up and out. We're going to come back. Woo, cradle rock that leg a little bit. We've already done some of the cradle rock already, so it's just where you hold that leg in a position that works for you. Some people can get it into the elbow. If you can, hold it there. And that's where it looks like you're rocking a baby. And just do what you can with it. We'll bring it in, close to the chest, as close as you can get it. And it doesn't have to be high. You feel it where it is. Now we're going to let that foot come down, and then we're going to turn it now. So it goes out to the side. Now for some people, that knee might need to be right beside the other. But I want you to get it as wide away from the other as you can. So try and open into this stretch. Let your knee drop down and put padding under it if it needs. So use a cushion or a bath mat if you need. We're gonna go straight forward with that front leg. Don't turn to this open knee. Turn to that front foot. And you'll feel that rotation in this hip. Oh yeah. And you're trying to get that hip to stay down and relax. Don't clench your butt. Don't clench your glute. Settle down into it. All right, so we got that there. Same as always, lifting and extending. Not rounding, not looping forward, but extending with your chest. Getting as low as you can. Again, I could round down and get my head down, but that loses my stretch. If I extend further and imagine my forehead reach into my big toe. Oh, much bigger of a stretch. Ooh. So relax, make sure you're not clenching or holding anything there. And we'll come up easy and we'll sit. Settle it down into that hip. Clench your glutes and then relax. Feel the difference? That's a huge difference. If you can let it go, you can drop in a little bit more. It's almost achy in my hip when we do this. Yeah. And the cramp is likely, especially if you tighten up when we're going for it. And we don't mean to. Our body just does it instinctually. So we have to fight that conditioned tendency to tighten. So we're soft and we're letting it go. All right, so here, we're going to roll this foot up to the side and you're just going to press into it wherever it is. Okay? And the two are away from each other. Good. As far away from each other as they can be. 4, 3. And you're kind of turned to the center now. 2, 1. Now spin it around to the front. We're going to bring this one up into what's called shooting bow. Take your hand around your arch and hold. Some of you, that's going to be it. If you can, you're just going to pull it back and up. So it's just coming back. Good. And then let that down. Keep a hold of it, and now you're going to try and pick up your other foot. Now this foot you're going to pick up by the outer pinky. You're going to balance, instep, arch. Okay? Right foot goes out, left foot pulls back. This is called the shooting bow for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're coming down, and all right, good job. Take a moment. Straighten that left leg out. Get lined up to that left leg. Reset your booty. And I do recommend you pull the meaty part of the bottom out so that triangular sit bone can really connect. First things first, leg comes in and right up against your inner thigh. Press the foot into the thigh, push the leg into the foot, and then just relax. Push your hand up against your knee and keep your body centered to the front. Our tendency again is to turn toward that bent leg, so we have to go center. Reset, lift chest, and then begin that lengthening process. So as always, it's not about how low we get the head, but how can we drop through our chest and extend through our heart toward that foot. Push the butt back. Ooh. Squeeze everything and then release it. Be loose. Remember, a tight muscle cannot stretch. And if we're holding tension in a muscle, we can't allow it to fully open. So to let go, you gotta let it go. Continuing that process down, noticing you get a little lower with every couple breaths. Still maintaining good lift through the chest and the heart, pushing the tailbone up and back. Forehead going out toward big toe. And then we come up easy. Now as before, rock. Do that little rock, rock. And then up on the leg. All right, so find what works. Be good to the knees. So we are getting good twist and depth of our knees in these poses, so being aware. We're going to try and find what works. Flex the foot and then relax it. Reach out over. If you can, push your elbow up against the leg somehow. and let that help anchor you. Push the chest forward. If you can't quite get the anchor, pull back on that knee a little bit, like pulling it back and down, not up towards you, but back and down. Anything that helps you. Maintain good posture, get that flat back, flat front leg. We're not rounding, we're extending. And nice and easy, come down. Oh, rock it a little bit. Give it that little bit of love. Now we're going to turn it out. And we'll start there if you need, a little wider if you can. Y'all look fabulous. Trying to get space between those two knees, but still stay centered to that front left. Dropping down into that back glute. Ooh. Yeah. Squeeze everything tight and then let it go. And try it again if you need to. Yeah, put it wherever you need to give some padding for either the foot, the ankle, or the knee. So I'm just pressing against the leg. It just helps me from rotating. So I press against it so I can stay tall and in the middle, focused. Long through the spine and then extending over a little bit. Relax your glutes. If you're not sure if they're relaxed, squeeze them and then let them go again. Not collapsing forward, but intentionally lengthening. And then we're going to come up nice and slow. All right, so now soften, turn that knee up and out as far as it'll go, and just kind of press up against it. Turn your body toward the front though, so the leg's going out to the side, but we're turning to the front. And then we're going to come back around for our shooting back. So we're opening up the inner groin, working those muscles that go all the way down the inside of the legs. We're coming back in. We'll take that moment to come up again, cradle rock it kind of. If you can get way up, rocking baby. There you go. Very nice. Now play with it. Can you take it out to the side? Can you hold the, no, it needs to be the instep, right, for the shooting back. So you're holding at the arch. And I have to think about it too. So think about where it's going and hold out there wherever. If you hold the back of the leg, if that works for you, do it. Whatever helps. Now bring that down. Bring the other leg in. Now this one we're going to the outside pinky area because we want to go up and out with that leg. So we're going to find our balance, picking both feet up. And if this is where you need to balance right now, just hang out right here. If you can grab that instep of the right, push out the pinky of the left, pull back that right, and shoot your bow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring them both in. Balance. Good. Now we're going to drop the heels down. We're going to let our knees drop out to the side and go back into that cobbler where we began at the beginning of class. For your cobbler, again, if you need bricks here because your knees just won't sit down, put them in and use them. If you're here, it is okay. Some people will be. But I hope you notice from the beginning of class, you're a little lower than you began. So I'm going to take mine out to the side there. Holding at your knees, we'll lift the chest. And we'll begin our push forward. So again, we want to lengthen down. We want to get the chest lower than the head. And some of us are going to stop high. Some of us are going to be able to get low. I'm going to show an advanced variant of this just because it's different for everybody. Some people can get into it right away and some people need some adjustment. So, with the feet really close, if I dive forward, my head would hit my big toes, but it wouldn't go into the arch of the feet. And the goal is to put your crown in your arches. So I'll wiggle my feet out a little bit. I lengthen, I tuck my hands under the pinky toe and I pull the feet up, and then you can get the elbows down, and that's pretty deep. There you go. Now, see if you can put your crown into the arch of your foot. So a cobbler's crown. There is round in the back, but that's not the intent. You're getting as low as you can go and then surrendering in. We'll lift up slow. We'll push back easy. And we'll lengthen out. Let those legs spin forward. Now, I'm going to show you how to do a loving little massage on your knees. I call this the locomotion massage because one hand is going forward and back at the same time. So there's always that little locomote. So you put your hands and then just do that. Push and pull. But put your hands around it and squeeze a little bit. Squeeze and hold the meat and move it. You're not moving your thumbs. You're moving the whole hand. There you go. Compression, so squeeze, push, and then rock, 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 rock. You feel that, yeah. Go above the knee joint, go below the knee joint. And then on each side of it. Do it until it can jostle your toe. Yeah. And let it go. A little different, but loving, right? So just notice, yeah, feels good. Very nice. Same thing, hands go around, we come in, we compress and squeeze, and then we locomote. Locomote, one up, one down. Continual rotation like that. There you go. Go above the knee, go below the knee. Squeeze around, but not right in the back of the knee itself. You're squeezing around the sides, above and below. The back of the knee is called your popliteal fascia. It is a very tender area. So notice you don't want to poke or protrude into the back of the knee, but you sure do want to explore your body. Get to know, can you move your patella? Now that we've done both sides, well, let's rock this one out and do the rock, 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 rock. Now, can you move your patellas up and down? Find the kneecap itself. Can you, with your thumbs, push them down? Can you push them up? Can you feel a move inside your knee? That is a good thing. We want healthy, mobile patellas. They move as we contract. Now, put your thumbs at the top of your patella. Now contract your kneecap. Or contract your thigh and pull your kneecap up. You feel it move?
Just a little.
Just a little. It's not a big movement. It's subtle. But you feel it crunch into you, right? That little, hey, there you are. So now you know, if you ever hear in yoga class, lift your patellas, all you're doing is flexing your front thigh, and that lifts the patellas. All right, so we're taking it down another notch now. Got your bricks, and you got a bolster. I'm gonna come, yeah, let's go this way just for visual. We're gonna take the bricks and have them at our sides. We're gonna take this, running lengthwise up the back. We will lay down nice and slow. Over the top, bring your hands up, grab it, make sure it's between your shoulder blades, and then lay your head on that bolster. Bring your knees together, and then let your arms drop out to the side. So in this moment, you are doing a nice gentle back bend. It's not a lot, it's just the tailbone dropping back, a nice arch. Your head's resting. Your chest is opening. Feel that open through the chest, through the ribs, through the front of the belly, that pulling to each side. Reach out to each side. Reach to your right and then rest that arm down. Reach to your left and then rest that arm down. Soften your elbows to the floor. Soften your back if it feels a little achy. Squeeze your knees, squeeze your glutes, tighten, and then rest back down. With your knees together, if you squeeze your inner thigh and you squeeze your knees, it will automatically lift and tilt your back. And then you just let go. So just noticing how your body wants to find that place of stillness and ease. Allowing your mind to soften and quiet. This is allowing time for your spirit to just explore. Where are you? How do you feel? What are you connected to? What gives you faith and hope? All right. We're going to change this position. We're going to roll to the right side. We're going to go up onto our right elbow. And we're going to slide that bolster now. So it's going to the width of our body. We're going to lean over it. It's right at our waist, just above our hip. We're going to lay back and then roll back onto it. As we do, we'll find our center. Now, for those that don't have bolsters, you can use a rolled up blanket or a pillow. You just want to kind of conform it a little bit so it goes under the arch of the back. Make sure it's in a nice position there that you can rest down. That you can press with your feet and press toward that bolster a little bit and then relax, let your body drop. You need to reposition your shoulders, roll them out. Make sure you don't feel bunched up. Make sure you don't feel cramped in your positioning. You guys are doing amazing, staying with it, staying connected. We're just going to make a nice, easy transition now. We're not going to roll to either side. We're just going to lift in a moment. So you're going to bring your feet real close to your butt. You're going to make sure you can grab your bricks before you go anywhere. So make sure they're going to be nearby. All right, I can get to them when I'm ready. From here, feet are tucked in close to the butt. Knees are bent deeply. We're going to lift the butt. Leave the head on the ground. Don't look around. Turn your bolster lengthwise now down your spine and drop over it once more. Take those bricks and bring them beside the hip just for an added little support. So now we're going to take a moment and we're going to take one leg up and then the other up into the air. You can rock side to side on those bricks in that bolster and then take your legs up. So we're doing a modified shoulder stand. We're not standing on our shoulders. We're resting down. Our shoulders are on the ground, but so are our hips, but they're elevated. That slight elevation gives us the lift that we need to help redirect our circulation. So with the legs up in the air, point one. Flex the other, pulling a toe back, pushing one forward, just alternating push and pull. Now rest in the middle, go in circles around. Ankles going around, feet going around. Other way, nice and easy. Make sure you're going full range, hitting every direction you can. Your toes are spread out as wide as they'll go. And back to center. Bend one knee and let it touch down. Then the other knee and let it touch down. Feet are on the ground there. Now nice and easy, we'll once again, without turning our head, lift, take the brick out, push the bolster down and away. Now your butt hits the ground. You're going to put your feet on the bolster, spin it, and put it under your knees. And take a moment. You may need to move it a couple times, but use your legs, not your arms. Think about how you need to move things. Get your whole body involved in your living. Get your body involved in all movement. Now just breathing. Being. Slow down your breath. It should take at least 4 seconds to inhale with a pause for 2 seconds. And then working to exhale for 4 seconds, pausing for 2. Taking time to really fill up the lung and sit with that breath for just a moment before you release it. Now keep stretching it out. Can you go for 6 seconds in and out, or 8, 12? The goal is to be able to breathe deeply in and out, steady and balanced, controlling the exhale to help control the mind and to help control our thoughts, our actions. Just giving us time to process. Remembering to think before we speak. To check in and make sure we're responding, not just reacting to a situation. Making sure we're fully integrated in our mind, our body, and our spirit. Knowing the intention of our action and following through with good deeds. Now, thinking about your day ahead, moving your fingers and your toes, moving your ankles and your wrists, translating into knee and elbow, hip and shoulder. Stretch. Give yourself a good stretch in each direction. Really make it like it's you're just waking up for the day. Rock those legs around. Now, we're going to do a rocking up. So we've done this rocking before, but this time we're going to use it to rotate around a little bit. So here's what I want you to do. Grab the back of your leg. You're going to rotate up. And then you're going to rock back and kick your hips over to the side. Rocking back, roll the hips around. Rocking up and around. Being aware of your surroundings. All right, now the other way. Rock and roll around. Wiggle those hips. And getting all the way around to your seated position, I will come to face you guys. If you want your bolster, you may have it. Otherwise, just find what's an easy seat for you. Hands to the knees with either touching your ring finger and thumb or middle finger and thumb as well. Bringing 2 or all fingers in if you need it. Remembering this hand positioning is just a way for you to keep a little energy for yourself, knowing that you are giving some out, but you are also receiving. We cannot give from an empty cup. So remember, fill your cup. Take your time. Rest. Heal. Restore. Rejuvenate. Take your time to refresh your spirit, reconnecting to who you truly are inside and out. Owning your body, owning the skin that you live in, loving every inch of it, every dimple and curve. Being grateful that this vessel, this body carries you forward every day with dignity. Be grateful for what it can do and be forgiving for anything it cannot do today. Love it as it is, and it will love you back. Honoring the body, honoring the mind, honoring your spirit. The light in me honors and respects the light within each of you, and I am so very grateful for your continued practice and your presence. Namaste.
Namaste.
Take your time. Thank y'all for being here. So we didn't get up and do a lot standing. We did everything from seated or floor positioning today. So kind on the knees by not having to get on them a lot, but also restorative by stretching very deeply from what we did do. So notice how you feel today. Hopefully it was a good, relaxed, easy, restorative kind of class. Take your time. As always, I always recommend to stand up and wiggle the hip a little bit, pushing one knee forward, one knee back. Giving your back time to transition. All right, thank you guys for joining us.